So I thought it was time to do another Q&A. It's been almost a year since the last one, and a lot of things has happened with the cabin, and I've received a lot of new followers as well, so I thought it was time to do another one. So let's jump straight into it with the first question. Would love to know how you picked up all your handworking skills and what do you do for a living? So I've been doing like building stuff since I was a kid. I used to do it with my best friend at the time, and we were doing like skateboard obstacles and different kinds of stuff. And then when I was like 15, 16, something like that, I worked with my dad for 3 summers or 2 summers. He's a plumber and he was doing swimming pools at the time. So I was doing pool decks and yeah, helped him with like a lot of different things. So I picked up some stuff around that time too. I think the main thing is that I've been doing like building stuff since I was a kid and picked up skills along the way. And then I learned most of it like when I worked with my dad. We also have like woodworking classes in school from the age of 10 or something. So I guess I picked up some stuff from there too. And what do I do for a living? I'm a film director and a writer, and I do mainly commercials, but I also do drama and fiction. So I'm currently writing 2 feature scripts, and I've done a couple of short films over the years. So that's what I do for a living. And next question is, are there any plans to have a bathroom inside the house? And I think I've covered this in one of the other videos, but I can answer it quickly. And yeah, the plan is to have a bathroom in this room. This is the bedroom, or what used to be the bedroom, and what's going to be like the master bedroom. So this bedroom is gonna, or like this side of the cabin is gonna be extended 2 meters that way. So it's going to be a bit bigger, and on that side there's going to be a bathroom, so it's going to be like an ensuite, and it's going to be a shower and a toilet and a sink in there, and then under the stairs in the hallway there's going to be a bathroom. So if you just need to go to the bathroom, you don't have to come up here, you can go down there. And this is sort of like tucked away, so you don't necessarily see it very often, so I find that's the best sort of placement for it. So that's the plan. And how many years are you planning to renovate? And that's a good question. Like, how long is a rope? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of things to do on the cabin, and I do it when I have time, when I have the money to do it. And so yeah, so it's gonna be like quite a few years working here and there on the cabin. And when you do a project, it's kind of like you do one thing and you focus on that, but then another thing comes along, or like a task that you need to do to finish the first task. So the list keeps growing, and I think there's never gonna be a time where it's like I have nothing to do around here. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a few years. But eventually the project is gonna get smaller and smaller because most of the big stuff has been done. But to answer your question, it's like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, who knows? What are your neighbors like? I hope they're nice. Yeah, they're really lovely. I have 2 houses, one on either side of the cabin. So on the right hand side, I think the owners moved from there and their kids have taken over, and I think they don't know what to do with the house, if they're going to sell it or keep it. So that's empty at the moment. And then on the left hand side, there's an older couple living there, and they're really lovely. I've been there for coffee, and they own the woods around my property. So we've walked around to like see how big my property is. And next summer we're going to take down some trees on his side and my side, and hopefully I can get some more sun in during the summer. So they're lovely. Do you feel your attitude towards staying there full time has changed as you've invested more time in the place and spent more time in and around it. I don't think it's changed dramatically. If one thing is more positive than before, because it gets easier to be here and to stay here, especially with like the power stations now. I have some electricity, and the water now has been proved drinkable, so I can start using drinking the water, so I don't have to bring water every time. So as I go along, it gets easier and easier to stay here. But I'm not sure I'm going to live here full time anytime soon, because I do love living in London, and that's where my work and sort of life is. So it's going to be like more like a summer house, or like a holiday house for now. But I'm still renovating it to be a full time place. So if I decide in 4 years' time that I want to actually live here, I can do it. And it's also going to be like, if I do sell it sometime in the future, it's going to be worth more if it has like running water, electricity, and all of that. So for me, that's like a no-brainer to renovate it to be like a full-time cabin. But I'm not sure I'm going to actually live here anytime soon. Are there any wild plants to forage nearby? Yeah, in the woods you can find blueberries, lingonberries. I have some blackcurrant growing on my property. There's also rhubarb on my property, and then end of summer, early autumn, you can find chanterelles and porcini mushrooms in the woods. There are obviously more mushrooms to pick, but I can't I don't know which mushrooms it is, so, and if they're edible or not. So I usually just pick chanterelles and porcini mushrooms. But it would be fun to sort of have someone over that knows what's edible or not, to see what's around. My friend Eric, who has helped me a few times, he's a chef, so he loves going foraging mushrooms and stuff, so he knows a lot more than me. But it's still, like, I find it a bit scary to eat mushrooms that I've never heard about before, so I usually just stay with chanterelles and porcini. Are you planning to restore the central heating system that was originally connected to the wood burning cooker? Yeah, that's the plan. I went to have a coffee with the old couple who used to live here, and she said it gets really hot when you put it on. So and it's also like a cheap heating option for me, because I have everything here already, so I just need to connect it again. But that's going to be like down the line, because I need to sort of renovate the whole place, I think, before I can start using it. But I'm not sure I can reuse the radiators, because they might have been empty for too long, so they've started rusted from the inside. So if you put water back into the system, they're going to start leaking. But my dad's a plumber, so we're going to try to do a pressure test to see if they can keep the water in. And if they can, great. And if not, I need to get new radiators. But yeah, the plan is to connect it again, because it's a cheap option to heat the cabin with. When you are done with the kitchen, what is the next big job you're planning on getting done? So one huge one is the guest cabin. That needs to get some attention soon. And other than that, I think it's either the hallway or the room upstairs here next to me, which is going to be like the study or work area. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll start doing the insulating the floor here, and then move over to the guest cabin and start working on that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I need to start working on the guest cabin, or else I think it's going to be it's going to get worse quite quickly. Do you think you can save the oh yeah, this is also about the guest cabin. Do you think you can save the little house with the stream going through the front room? it's a good question. I think I can save it. The question is, what will happen when we start moving things around there? Um, because it's been like slowly getting worse over the years, and yeah. So what will happen when you start like leveling it out, like raising the front of the house? What's going to happen to the rest, and what will happen to the roof when you do that? There's obviously a lot to do on it. Like I need to take down and rebuild the chimney and fireplace. I need to redo the roof. I need to raise the front bit so it's level again. And when you walk into the next room, you can see like the floor is like this because there's not enough room for the floorboards. So yeah, who knows how much work it will be, but the first thing to do is to fix the hole, and then the hole in the roof, and then raise the front bit so it gets level again. When will you move in? That's a funny question. Like, what does it mean moving in? Like moving in full time? Not sure. And also, goes back to the other question, like if I'm gonna live here full time. Not sure. But then, yeah, I mean, I've stayed here a few times for a few days. Obviously, it's easier in the summer because it's not as cold here. And yeah, as I move along, it gets easier and easier to stay here and for longer periods of time. Now with the water and I have the power stations, I can sort of stay here for longer now. What I need to do is to sort of insulate the hallway because otherwise it's just like the two rooms downstairs that I can use because I need to have the door shut to the hallway, otherwise the cold gets in. So yeah, but to answer your question, maybe next year I'll start staying here for longer because um, I'm hopefully connected to the grid again, or if I'm not doing that, I'll have like a battery solar panel solution for it. So it'll be easier to stay here. And yeah, so I hope that answer your question. And the next one is about my tattoos. Do they mean anything? I have 11 tattoos, and for me, yeah, most of them have a meaning, some of them don't, but most of them have a meaning to me. I'm not gonna say what they mean to me, but I can show you my tattoos, and then you can guess what they mean or make up your own meaning. Um, that's it. I hope that answers all your questions, and thank you for writing them down for me. And I hope it brings a bit of a clarity towards the future of the cabin and my plans and ideas for the cabin. Um, if you have any other questions, um, you'll have to wait another year.